What's the best series you've ever watched? Chernobyl. It's a mini-series but still. Fun fact about Chernobyl. The actors could not pronounce Russian names, so instead they overused the word comrade. Source: All My Soviet Friends. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Breaking Bad. You're goddamn right. True Detective Season 1. Band of Brothers. Gotta go with The Wire. The Wire. Pros: probably the best show you'll ever watch. Cons: it ruins almost every other cop show you'll ever watch. Dark: I hope the finale season goes well. Mad Men: it's everything I didn't know I wanted in a show. BoJack Horseman: life-changing. I learned so much from watching that show, and the way it handles visual storytelling is on a whole new level. Asterisk: Free Churro. The Old Sugarman Place, Times Arrow asterisk and The View from Halfway Down are masterpieces. Firefly: wholesome fun humor. Good sci-fi. Adds some romance and a great varied group of characters. What's not to love? I fucking love Firefly. I also didn't realize it had been cancelled when I started watching it. I stumbled upon it one day on Netflix years ago and decided to give it a shot and fell in love immediately and was completely devastated when I learned there was only one season. It was terrible. The Leftovers. Underrated HBO gem that was totally eclipsed by Game of Thrones. And S1 of Westworld, I think. Tough, intense watch, but so good. Mindhunter. The Sopranos. The Expanse. Awesome world building. A compelling cast that is diverse because there are really good plot reasons for it instead of shoehorning them in. All of the actors have been chosen because of their fit for the role instead of star power. And the characters are realistic and relatable. Gravity Falls. One of the best TV series any age can enjoy. Right up there with asterisk Avatar: The Last Airbender asterisk. House MD. Clever writing, amazing music and a great take on reality. Rounded off by Hugh Laurie playing the role of his life. You must not have seen Stuart Little. Sherlock. Ah yes, all 3 seasons. Fleabag. Season 2 Episode 1 might be the best episode of anything I've ever watched. Scrubs. Rip Sam. Mr. Robot. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Fargo. The first series with Martin Freeman and Billy Bob Thornton is phenomenal. Definitely one of my favorites. Black Mirror and Brooklyn 99. I enjoyed Black Mirror up until Netflix started developing it. It just felt like something changed, and I went from enjoying every episode in the series to only enjoying a few. I never finished that episode where the ending is that basically everyone's dead. For example, the most recent season was a mess. Very few episodes, but it still felt crap. The mobile phone while driving episode just didn't feel like a BM episode at all. So many things wrong with it. The latest episode was a fucking Disney Channel movie. It's fucking horrible. Freaks and Geeks. Related to it so much. Broadchurch. Mill Law HHHHHHHHH. The Good Place. It made me start to think so deeply about the world. Peaky fucking Blinders. 6 Feet Under on HBO. Yes, I always come to these threads to mention 6 Feet Under. Everything about the character development, portrayal of morbid subject matters, etc. is so good, and the finale is still the best finale I've ever seen. No other show has come close and it still makes me sob. Arrested Development. I never cared for Gob. Stop after season 3. Community, Psych. Brooklyn 99, The Good Place and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Seasons 1 to 3 of Community 100%. Parks and Recreation and Brooklyn 99 are on a level for me. Better Call Saul. Earlier it was Breaking Bad, but no more. Fringe. White Collar. Give it a shot, especially if you've already watched Suits. Similar premise, but better. I love White Collar. Matt Bomer is fantastic. Mozzie is one of my favorite characters ever as well. His relationship with Mrs. Suit is something I never knew I needed. Star Wars: The Clone Wars blew my tiny child mind and is still blowing my mind to this day. Sucks to see it go again, but the last few episodes have been insane. The most recent one made me burst into tears. Crazy that something that started as a kid's cartoon evolved into something much more. I need him. Unlimited POWWWAAAAA. Bro, that messed me up when Ahsoka was seeing that. I was screaming. Greater than. When Rex was trembling and holding back tears. Find him. Fives. Find him. Then the last half of Darkest Deeds starts playing and all the troopers started blasting. I just could help but cry. Less than. Twin Peaks. The Good Place best comedy series. I'm on the delayed Netflix viewing plan, so I'm simply going to ask if Season 4 is as good as the first 3. The last episode is one of the best finales I have seen. Definitely recommended. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't really watch dramatic TV shows because I think I can just get the same thing out of movies, but better. So there you go. There are two types of people in this world, those who love It's Always Sunny, and fucking jabronis. The Haunting of Hill House. And the best thing, they finished it in 10 episodes. No unnecessary cliffhangers or stretching the storyline. And it has the best jump scare I saw in a horror flick after a long time. Good Omens. All 8 seasons of Scrubs. The Office. 5 seasons was such a sweet spot. And I'm glad they didn't try to keep it going past that. Ozark. It blows my mind every time I watch. I'm watching it first time now. The actress who plays Ruth is freaking phenomenal. Stranger Things. Now, I might sound really mainstream, but I genuinely enjoyed the show. Stargate SG-1. Sex Education. I was not expecting it to be as incredible as it is. I finally gave it a shot 2 months ago, and I still can't get it out of my head. It might even be the best teen show I've ever watched, 'cause it handles the coming-of-age theme and its references extraordinarily well. Game of Thrones. I know the final series was disappointing, but the acting and directing was world-class. The best part is that we may rant and hate the final season forever, but the fact that we are so upset shows how big it was a part of our lives. Schitt's Creek. Hannibal. That show had hands down some of the best cinematography in any TV show. It has to be Seinfeld. Consistently brilliant. The Mentalist. Patrick Jane is the most charming, charismatic person of all time. That's so funny. I watched this show too, but I feel it only worked because of Patrick Jane. The rest of the show was horrible, but his character was so interesting and charming it made up for everything else being so cliché and uninteresting. I would always think, why am I watching this, and Jane would do something hilarious or clever, and then I would go, right. I remember. The actor who played him did such an amazing job bringing that character to life. Person of Interest. The show explores really abstract, deep concepts that are currently in their infancy and makes them accessible. Privacy, free will, the power of systems, all while having amazing characters that I fell in love with. It's like a comic book, but toned down enough to feel like it's the real world. Criminally underrated. Even though they had to wrap up suddenly, they did it so gracefully it never felt forced. I scrolled down just looking for this. Definitely the show that comes to mind as one of the best ones out there. I totally agree with the reasons you've put forth, and it is criminally underrated. Death Note. Agreed. The first 25 episodes are brilliant. Frasier. Sherry Niles. The Americans. Newsroom Monsieur. Every season is great. Firefly. Atypical. The X-Files. Dana Scully is one of the best female character ever written. Lost. Only show to ever make me cry. For as long as it's been going. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is pretty consistently amazing. Everybody Hates Chris. A black lady sketch show. The Boondocks. And Jane the Virgin are some incredibly smart and funny shows starring people of color. Monk. Psych. And Elementary are pretty perfect if you want a weekly comfy comedic whodunit. Smart mysteries and fun twists and characters. And actually much more deductively sound than BBC Sherlock. The Twilight Zone. Inside No. 9. Black Mirror and Alfred Hitchcock Presents are some absolutely wonderful and twisty anthology shows. Malcolm in the Middle, Community, Brooklyn 99, and The Good Place are the most delightfully diverse and groundbreaking modern sitcoms I've ever seen. For a canned laugh 80s family sitcom, Who's the Boss has no business being as funny and progressive as it is. Also 80s Tony Danza is fun to look at. American Vandal has a really compelling story and probably the most realistic depiction of high school I've ever seen. Avatar: The Last Airbender, 10 out of 10 recommend. Seasons 1 to 6 have got The Good Place. Hard to pick just one. The Wire was amazing. Mr. Robot was too. I still love Buffy the Vampire Slayer a lot. Buffy is amazing. Never have I seen a show that can be cheesy 1 minute and then accurately portray a death of a loved one the next. Homeland. Homeland was a phenomenal show that stayed pretty consistent for the most part over 8 seasons. Hard to do, and it wrapped up great without botching the ending. I'm gonna miss it. Peaky Fucking Blinders. Such good writing and acting. 30 Rock, Brooklyn 99 and Lucifer. Noise. Smart. Brooklyn 99 is my all-time favorite. Exclamation mark. I haven't given Lucifer a try yet. Maybe I will. 99. 6 Feet Under. The most beautiful TV series ever and without a doubt the best finale of all time. Lost. Surprised I had to scroll so far down for this. Deadwood. Best dialogue ever. Hunter x Hunter. 11.22.63. The book was amazing. I wasn't too keen on the series. Shameless really kept my attention. How? It got so repetitive. I can only watch characters make the same mistake so many times without character growth before I just don't care anymore. I really liked the first few seasons and then it just fizzled out and I quit watching. Veep. Sopranos. I'm gonna go with The Shield. Great corrupt cop drama, lots of great acting. Think something like Training Day, but 7 seasons worth of it. Killing Eve, it's still going and it's so good. The Office US. Type Arrested Development and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Lucifer. Or maybe Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They're hilarious. Prison Break. Babylon 5. Humans and aliens wrapped in 2,500,000 tons of spinning metal. Justified. Perfect finale. We dug cold together. Westworld. The show is a game, you're everything about it is just brilliant. Planet Earth. The Handmaid's Tale S1. Dexter. Such a well-made show. Nothing but mad respect for Michael C. Hall and his work. I was heartbroken when it ended. La Casa de Papel. Money Heist. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a personal favorite. I think I have watched it 6 times. The episode where his dad comes back makes me ugly cry every time. Got until the last season. Loved the first season of Altered Carbon while the second was so-so. Downton Abbey. The Expanse. Band of Brothers in the Pacific. Miniseries. Barry. Entourage. Ballers. And The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel are a few of my favorites. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.